We have a website called worshipdrumsamples.com. It's been around for 3 years this March. And we just launched version 2.0 of the website with a brand new section of the website called Artist Packs. And Jared, you're one of the artists that we have now on our website with your samples that you've created, which in my opinion are excellent quality.
Thank you.
And I know the Shaker Tambo pack took a lot of time, but I want to give you the opportunity to tell us, because before it was available here, you originally recorded those with Michael Rosbach, and just tell us Analog Village history. Why did you want to record those? I don't even remember how long ago. It was a while ago. So you were even ahead of the trend, I feel. Where now it's drum samples, everyone's buying them and using them.
I recorded them with Michael Rosbach, who he came from New Life. He was a part of the band, the original Desperation Man, and he became just a monster producer and produced a lot of Paul Balash stuff. He produced the Desperation Man's last record, which our last record was 2014. So the band's not really around. We're all still around here, but that's a side note. And he had a studio here in Colorado Springs called Crystal Village Studios. And that's where I really got to cut my teeth, recording drums. And I really fell in love with the studio and tracking and all that stuff. And then eventually he moved up to the mountains far away, 6 hours from here. And he got this really cool A-frame house where he did records. I don't know if he's still doing stuff now. But on one of the trips up there, we thought it would just be cool to sample my drums, partially just for his mixing. It's cool to have actual samples of the kit that you're recording for replacement or augmentation. But then we just went a lot deeper on it and did all the multi-velocities, all the different rooms. We created the Slate trigger files, so you can pull up the presets and you have the top mics, bottom mic, overheads, room mics, mono, this one that was up in the ceiling. And it was we recorded it when that sound had just popped. And I was we got to do our own samples. And unfortunately, neither of us are great marketers. So they sat on our website and made a little bit of money every year for the last, 6 years. But they sound amazing. And we worked really hard on them. And there's a lot of versatility to them. They sound really natural and real. And there's so many different options with the different mics we got. So I'm really proud of them. So that's those samples. Me and Michael did those together. And I had the idea to do what I call the every tempo pack. And that was from just all the times of working on demos or tracks where you need a tambourine or a shaker, pretty much at one point in every song, somebody's going to throw that in these days. And, you go to these sample packs and there's a great sounding shaker that's at 72 beats per minute, but your song's at 78 beats per minute or 83 beats per minute. So then you bring it in and you warp it and then you consolidate it, duplicate it, all that stuff. When you're quick at it, you can do it really quick, but it is a little bit of a time suck. And so I created this sample pack. It has two separate shakers, a thinner sounding one and a thicker sounding one, two separate tambourines, copper and or a brass, and then a silver, thin sounding one. But I recorded them in 2-bar loops at every tempo, 16th note, shaker and tambourine, from 60 beats per minute, I think, all the way to 120 beats per minute. So whatever song you're working on, you go to the file, the folder, and it's there's a 70s folder, and it's 71 through 79, or 70 through 79 is all there. You just drag it over and duplicate it. So long explanation, but that's what those are. And people, the few people who do have them always really love them. Both the drum samples and the shakers and tambourines, because they're just really useful and they sound great.
I agree. And I just want to say, so if you're interested in checking them out, We'll put the link down below if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're listening to this on the Worship Drummer podcast, you can head to worshipdrumsamples.com and go to artist packs, and you'll find all of these that Jared just talked about. So shameless plug, because they're that good, and I want you to be able to talk from your heart about why you wanted to make them. So
Yeah.
I think it's super important, and we're very honored that you would partner with us on that project to be part of what we're doing as a resource for worship drummers.
Yeah. The feeling, again, is mutual. I'm honored that you guys would host him on there.